in those terrifying moments before being brutally taken into the Gaza Strip?
אמא, יורים עלינו. אמא, אני אוהבת אותך כל כך. אני אוהבת אותך כל כך. סליחה שאני לא שם בשבילך, אני אוהבת אותך.
Chilling. And we want to turn now to Shani Segal, joining us to share more on her cousin Rimon and her husband Yagev. Shani, thank you so very much for joining us. We cannot even imagine.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's our privilege and our duty and our mission. We cannot even imagine what the past 19 days have been like. How are you holding up? How's your family?
So it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, there's no way of sugarcoating it. But I think that it's important that the world would understand exactly what happened. It's important that the world would understand why that terrible Saturday, why October 7th was such a shock to the whole country. I'm going to speak freely because I think that when you speak freely and you're not politically correct, it's easier for people to understand the situation. My family has been living in the south of Israel for over 50 years. Every once in a while, they get rockets. And sadly enough, they're used to it. And I'm saying they're used to it, which no one should be used to that situation. When you live in the south of Israel, you have 15 seconds to get to a safe room, which means that, for example, if you have kids and you have one kid that's playing outside and one kid that's playing in the house, you need to choose who are you saving, because in 15 seconds, you're not going to be able to get to them both. That's the situation. And when the rockets started, my family, who are used to it, went to a safe room. You know, we were all texting each other, how are you? What's it going? You know, what's the situation? And for 30 minutes, it was relatively normal.
Yeah.
We're in a safe room, there's rockets. And then at 7 a.m, my cousin Rimon texted her mom. She said, there are terrorists walking around the kibbutz. And she started to explain to her what she's seeing. So the kibbutz houses are built line by line. And she explained to them that the terrorists are going line by line, bombing, causing fire, burning, shooting. They started to describe things that she said she went to peek from the window in the bathroom. She went to see what's going on because she didn't understand, and she saw there was a group of terrorists. It wasn't one or two, a group of terrorists going line by line. For an hour and a half, she was in the safe room. We told her and her husband to be very, very quiet because we didn't want anything, to happen to them. And all of a sudden, at 8:26 a.m, she texted her mom. She said, "Mom, they're shooting at me.
Wow.
The window is shattered." And if you've ever been to a safe room, it's a very thick glass, which means that if the window was shattered, they were shot with RPG or other bombs, stuff like that. And she left her mom the message that she played, where she tells her that she loves her and that she's sorry she's not there. After a few hours, at 3:30, the army rained control on the kibbutz, and they found their house with bullet holes. They found blood, and they were gone. So, I think that even if you don't have children, but you have brothers, sisters, grandmothers, grandfathers, cousins,
If you're a human, Shani, if you're a human,
and you understand the situation where you have no idea where your loved ones are. And just to give, a little bit of context, my cousin did, medical massage, to people. And her and her husband adopted a lot of animals. And her husband fixes old instruments like violins and guitars. They're very simple people. But
good people, simple people.
Good people, simple people. But if I can say something more, the community that was affected by the terror attack of Hamas is the community that believed the most in coexistence.
Right.
They worked the most to make sure that our neighbors, our Palestinian friends, that we would all live together. And the fact that these are the people that suffered the most with the terrible attack, and it's important for me to say it. Hamas is a terror organization that is holding 2.3 million people hostage, as well as our loved ones.
Absolutely.
And I think that the whole world should unite together against terror. It's uncanny to me that something like that is still ongoing.
And those who support Hamas don't understand the damage they're causing to the Palestinian cause. There's nothing.
They don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more example, if I may.
Please.
In Kibbutz Magen, where my family is originally from, there was a warehouse. The warehouse was holding food for Palestinians. What the Israelis do on their end, they check that the food is, properly kept. They store it. They make sure that when the food is sent to Gaza, it would be in the best position, in the best shape. It will be not only appropriate for food, for eating, but the best of the best. The terrorists that came into the kibbutz burned that warehouse. They burned the food that was supposed to be delivered to the Palestinians. That's what I'm saying. They don't see anyone. They've killed Muslims, Christians. They didn't see anything. They just had a hunger for death, and it's terrible.
It's inconceivable what happened, and it's inconceivable that there's still no understanding that this vile terrorism has nothing to do with any political objective. These are terrorists who couldn't care less about civilian lives on both sides, as you put it.
100%.
Now, Shani, you're hearing with us those reports of a potential Qatari breakthrough when it comes to the release of more hostages, and we all understand the complexity of the situation, the many regional actors who are playing a double role here. But bottom line, what does it all make you feel?
I think, and I speak on behalf of not only my family, but I speak on behalf of all the families of all the hostages. They should be released. It doesn't matter who's fighting for it. It doesn't matter who pushes for it. Mm-hmm. They should be released. They were in the safety of their home. Either they went to a party to celebrate peace, or they were in the safety of their homes. It's a crime against humanity. And I want to say that whoever's working for their release should work that all of them would be released, and should work to understand that if we allow citizens to be taken from their home now, it will happen again, and terror will continue to grow. And I feel that, I'm not in politics, I'm not into politics, and luckily for me, I don't have Danny's difficult job, but I can say as a simple person, it's human life. There are Holocaust survivors in captivity. There are babies, there are children, there are mothers, sisters, cousins. They should not be there. So the whole world should unite together for two things: to free the hostages and to end the Hamas terror. That's what they should do. It's not only about the hostages. It's about making sure that our world would be safe, that everyone would be able to live in it.
Shani Segal, not a simple person whatsoever, the highest level that a person can reach. Thank you so much for speaking to us, for your words, and hopefully your beloved family members will be back with all of us here as soon as possible. Thank you very much, Shani Segal.
Thank you so much.
Stay strong. We're sending a big hug from here.
Thank you so much.